The storm raged outside, a swirling maelstrom of snow and ice that threatened to bury my ship entirely. I sat inside the cockpit, watching the icy landscape of the uncharted planet through the frosted viewport. My ship had crash-landed here 2 days ago, leaving me stranded while I worked to repair the damaged thrusters. I hadn't seen another living soul or alien for miles, and I was beginning to doubt anyone could survive in such a brutal climate. But then I heard the knock. It was faint at first, almost lost in the howling wind, but it grew louder and more insistent. Grabbing my thermal rifle, I approached the ship's airlock cautiously, unsure of what to expect. When I opened it, the freezing wind rushed in, and standing there was the most striking figure I'd ever seen. She was tall, her frame draped in tattered, frost-covered armor. Her skin was a pale, almost translucent blue, and her long, silver hair whipped in the wind. Her glowing violet eyes locked onto mine, and she staggered forward, her movements slow and deliberate, as if every step was a battle against the cold. "Please," she said, her voice a melodic whisper that cut through the storm. "I need warmth." I hesitated, gripping the rifle tighter. She was an alien, and one that I didn't recognize from any of the diplomatic alliances I'd read about. Her armor was strange, adorned with intricate patterns that glowed faintly, and she carried a weapon slung across her back, a jagged, alien-looking bow. "Who are you?" I asked, shouting over the storm. She swayed on her feet, her glowing eyes dimming. "Huntress, Zara." No time to explain. "Let me inside." Her legs gave out and she collapsed into the snow. Against every instinct telling me to stay cautious, I hauled her into the ship. The airlock sealed behind us, and I dragged her into the main cabin, the warmth of the heater slowly thawing the frost from her body. She groaned as I removed her armor piece by piece, revealing a lean, muscular frame crisscrossed with scars. Her breathing was shallow, but steady. I wrapped her in one of the thermal blankets from the emergency kit and set her by the heater. "Don't die on me now," I muttered, checking her pulse, a strange but steady rhythm beneath her icy skin. Minutes passed before her eyes fluttered open. She looked at me, then at the ship's interior, her expression a mix of relief and wariness. "You saved me," she said, her voice stronger now. "Yeah," I said, crossing my arms. "But you've got some explaining to do." Over the next hour, Zara told me her story. She was a huntress from a distant star system, stranded on this planet after her ship had been destroyed by the same storm that had crippled mine. Her kind, she explained, thrived in colder climates but could still succumb to extreme conditions like this. "What were you hunting?" I asked, eyeing her bow. She hesitated, her glowing eyes narrowing. "Not what, who?" "A criminal from my world. Dangerous. He fled here, thinking he could hide. I followed. And let me guess," I said. "You underestimated the storm." Her lips curved into a faint smile. "Something like that." Over the next few days, Zara recovered quickly, her strength returning as she adjusted to the ship's warmer environment. She insisted on helping me with repairs, her knowledge of advanced alien tech proving invaluable. Despite her cold, intimidating demeanor, I found her easy to talk to. We shared stories about our respective worlds, laughed about the absurdities of our situations, and even bonded over our mutual disdain for the storm. But it wasn't all lighthearted. There was a weight to her words when she spoke of the criminal she was chasing, a dangerous figure who had left a trail of destruction across her homeworld. "If he's still alive, he's out there," she said one evening, staring out the frosted viewport. "And I can't let him escape." The storm finally began to ease on the 5th day, and the planet's harsh white landscape stretched endlessly before us. My ship was almost repaired, but Zara had other plans. "I can't stay," she said, strapping on her repaired armor. "You're going after him, I said, more a statement than a question. She nodded. I have to. It's my duty. I hesitated, then handed her one of my spare thermal rifles. Take this. Your bow's impressive, but it won't work as well in this storm. She accepted it with a rare, genuine smile. Thank you, human, for everything. Zara left at dawn, disappearing into the icy wilderness like a phantom. I watched her go, a strange mix of admiration and worry tightening in my chest. 2 days later, just as I was preparing to leave the planet, the ship's sensors picked up a signal. It was faint but unmistakable, Zara's voice. Huntress Zara to human ally. The target has been neutralized. I owe you my life, and I will not forget this. Her words were brief, but they carried a weight I couldn't ignore. As my ship lifted off the frozen surface, I found myself smiling. Somewhere out there, in the vast expanse of the galaxy, I had made an unlikely ally, and perhaps a friend.